I believe that there's a desire for people to have something real and substantial and of worth. And if we can build that into buildings, well, not my lifetime, not even my children's lifetime, someone will go, wow, what is this? You know, there's this incredible structure here, and it has worth.
I always sort of said to Justine that, you know, always good to have a dream and a goal. You know, one day, you know, maybe we'll end up with one of those little huts on a farm somewhere. We're about 5 kilometres outside Berry, between the ocean and the town, sort of overlooking the Kumanderi wetlands. We're on a hill, so the building's looking back towards the house, but the house is sort of nicely hidden, and you've just got, you know, 360-degree views from the ocean, all the way down to Mount Coolangatta and up to the escarpment behind. And I think that the extraordinary thing about this property is the light, just the yellow golden light shining through the trees. With the copper, you just get this most incredible light in the afternoons. I think it's just going to be magical as the years go by, and the copper's going to age. You know, maybe it'll go green, I don't know. It's certainly dulled down from the bright, glowing orange when we first measured up here. And it's nicely away from the house.
Some time ago, Damien had been admiring the first one, and it had been on his sort of wish list of things to do. And he rang up and said one day that a friend of his had just demolished an old bridge, and he was going to give him the timber. And I said, oh, fantastic. So this huge truckload of what partially looked like firewood and partially looked like usable stuff arrived.
They take out all those bolts, they run metal detectors over it, and they cut it. And the kitchen benches are going to be made from these stacks.
And then the process began, which has been a fantastic collaboration with Pip Smith, the builder, Jeffery Broadfield, and all the boys and everybody from the tradesmen through the copper guy, Damien. And I suppose it's an opportunity for us to, after 14 years of building the original one, to make some minor improvements, add a bit here, refine a bit there. You know, practice makes perfect.
Mudgee Permanent Camping, it was in the middle of a 3,000 acre, one could almost call it wilderness. It wasn't even arable land.
I'd first seen this property, you know, Robert showed me not long after he built it, and just the simplicity, and it was just so, I don't know, magical that you'd have this little shell that opened up and created this extraordinary space.
The Mudgee Permanent Camping, it didn't have a bathroom at all, and the loo was a long drop. It was completely separate from the building. It was a bush campsite, where this one was allowed to be a lot more sophisticated and a higher level of comfort, but still with the same essence. There was no water, no power, and no road access, except on sheep tracks. So as much as humanly possible was done in the factory. And then really planning, well, this piece goes there, that part goes there, recording everything so the screws went back in the same hole, and then packing every single thing we needed. I loved the build, and the environment was just incredible. Eagles flying around, kangaroos belting through at dawn. It was truly iconically Australian.
Things we learnt from looking at a building, 12 years later, was how amazing the copper skin was. It was as good as the day we put in. The ironbark inside, protected by the metal skin, was as good as the day we put it in. There was no white ants, no water. Everything was doing well.